It's super late in the day already, and I got Riley's Matt out in the house. He's relaxing finally, but took him on a nice long ride, a couple of walks, and whatnot, and then got a bunch of plumbing fittings I was waiting for a water filter that I want to hook up, and also I got some temporary lights, or not necessarily temporary, me to use them temporary. These are linkable, so you can like daisy chain them together. And I was gonna buy more of these ones to get around the basement and the other half of the house. But these here weren't too much more. And these are direct plug-in, and then you can plug in the extension from the other one. They all have separate cords. And these ones I'll use later on. Like I'll put these in the garage or in the basement over a workbench or something along those lines. So these will probably find a home and be used all the time. Where these, I'll just use them for the renovation product and then have a bunch of them laying around for nothing. So I'm gonna hook up some of these, and we'll see as the sun goes down today how well they work compared to the other ones. And then I'll probably just move these yellow ones down into the basement area. So I'll start with that, and then I still have to get down and move all the debris in the basement away from all the walls to get up there and cut off those nails, and then start the sill plate and the rim joist. So we'll get something done today anyway. Something's better than nothing. I think those are gonna work rather well. So I got them run around, and one over there in the kitchen area now. And I'm not gonna put the other three up over there because I have no floor to stand on. Those will wait till the flooring goes down. But pretty happy with my purchase at the moment. I may put one more over here in this back corner afterwards. But I'm happy. Let's keep moving. And that's it for not a very productive day yet again. But it's a happy pup. He got a lot of attention today, and just a little while ago, my friend Michelle stopped by with her dog, and so they can meet each other, because I do go over her place for a fire every once in a while, and I didn't want to show up with him in the dark to a dog he didn't know. So that was awesome. So they got to hang out in the backyard and play for a while, so that was good. And I got these 2 pieces of sill all made up, ready, all nailed. All the sill seal is stapled to the bottom of it, and that's this piece and 16 feet of that piece there. So that's ready to go in. And then I did get all the stuff moved around in the basement away from the wall, so I could go around with the ladder, and I cut off all the hanging nails that I had to get to, so that's all prepped and ready. And then you can see there's more of a gap there. I got that bottom piece of that wall off because I do gotta replace that bottom plate, and I think I gotta replace the top plate up there, but I gotta replace the bottom plate, but I also gotta separate that because I gotta kick that wall in a little bit. So that'll help me do that easier. And I don't want to cut that wall apart because this is all just hanging anyway until I get the sill in the rim joist at least in place and screwed in the corner, because I do have to take it off the jacks to be able to get it over. So if the sill plate's in place, I can block it up and rest it right on the sill plate and tip the jack a little and jack it back up, and then it'll tip and roll the wall into where it needs to be. So in a perfect world, that theory will work. So yeah, we'll get back at it tomorrow. And these lights that I got, these things are actually working really well. They're substantially brighter than these other work lights I had. And once I get them strung down this side, that'll be awesome. And then, like I said, these string lights, I'll put them down the basement, and then I'll just have 2 plugs to plug in for all the lighting in the whole house. So that'll be awesome. And yeah, wish me luck tomorrow for a more productive day. Today I did a bunch of wandering around with Riley. Took a long drive with him. Took him a couple places, walking and stuff like that. So we'll hit it tomorrow. Hopefully hotter. Hope you guys have a good day. Well, surprise visit from my buddy Mike. He messaged me last night and called and wanted to come out and help out today. So the exciting Sunday, and we'll get some more work done. Just out back right now, walking Riley around, giving him some attention before we get started. It's a brisk morning this morning. It's I don't think you can see it in the camera, but it's all misty, like fog misty. So yeah, hopefully we get something productive done. See how it goes. Just trying to catch some of the mist or fog. I think it's just dense fog. You can see it going by. Pretty cool. There's Riley. Well, Mike came out to torture himself today. Appreciate it. And we're gonna start getting these sills in place. And I got 2 that I built last night set up here, and I'll do that side and part of that side. And we'll start with those. Then I gotta lower the wall, block the wall, lower it down, move the jacks, cut the corner free, and all that. So I'll do my best trying to get video, but we're gonna be inside, outside, trying to get stuff done. See what happens. All right, so we just took a break to feed Riley and give him a little time, and Mike's been here helping out, and he's been running all the trash lumber and metal and stuff like that out front while I've been doing tedious stuff. So we got these two sections. They're just resting in place at the moment. That one's screwed in down there. It's not anchored to the foundation yet until we get the wall more situated. So now I got to split open this seam of the wall, cut out part of this bottom plate, and then I can get this part of the wall pushed in, and we're going to have a bit of a battle with the jacks inside because the jacks are holding it nice and perfectly straight, and we got to get the wall to go in. So I may have to block it, let the jacks down, and jack it crooked so it comes in. Let's see how smooth we can make this go. Well, it's about 2 o'clock, a little after 2, I think. And Mike just wrapped up. He's heading out to go do family stuff. Huge thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And it was a really good having help running around, because like being inside, outside, even just holding the sill and the rim joist in place while I'm inside from the basement on a ladder trying to drill it. Because sometimes you drill down through the wood, and then the drill bit hits the concrete and it can make the wood walk out on you because it's not pinched down good or whatever. So having him outside measuring, monitoring while I'm doing stuff like that was huge. And then we slid in a bunch of the floor joists. That was even easier because they're 16 feet long. Running them out, like pulling them off the stack, cutting them all the length, throwing them over the other side, and then sliding them down. And then I went downstairs. He was up here. So I took him down, he slid him into the floor, and then I slid him on the sill. It made it all that much more like quicker and easier, less stressful, less weightlifting because he was grabbing the other end of everything. So thank you, Mike. That's awesome. And I'll continue on. So yeah, so these are all just sitting in place at the moment, but they're fished in where they have to go. And I'm gonna stop measuring for my blocking over here and start cutting the blocking, the size over here, to stop blocking it out against that outside rim joist. And then I can start getting these things tagged in, and then I'm just going to temporarily screw them here until the subfloor is down and everything's leveled in case if I got to move things. And then once they're in place, then I'll nail the crap out of them. But that's awesome. We got a couple of anchors. We got 3 anchors on this wall and just 2 anchors on that wall so far, because like without the floor joists there, I didn't do the measurements and figure out where they were all going to land. So once those are in, once all these floor joists are in, then I'll drill a couple more anchors around that I know will be between the floor joists. So yeah, so that's that. And actually I'm going to take a break and take this little guy out back and run him around a little bit. Then I'll be back at it. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for today. I need some plywood to continue on with the next process, and then more floor joists for over here. And I'm pretty much out of both. So I'm gonna call it now. Plus Riley's getting fussy, he needs some attention, he deserves it. But if you look, got about half of the floor all studded out. All the blocking is in, out on the outside wall and in the middle. And the outside wall is all screwed in place, so now I just got to go around the outside and just nail it from the outside now that everything's held in, blocked in, and blocked where it wants to go. So there's that. And there's patient Riley pup. Are you a patient pup? Yeah, you're a patient pup. There's Matt I keep bringing around for him to lay on, and he lays everywhere else but. So yeah, so I got all the blocking in, and I'm standing over here just on some loosely thrown plywood. But you can see the sill plate rim joist blocking between them all is in, and it's still jacked up. And one of the problems I'm running into, which I had a feeling it was gonna happen, is that whole center beam has settled some, which that's not a big deal, because it's still rock solid. It's just 70 years of settling. So basically I'm going to have to shim up all of these all the way across. So unfortunately I am going to have to get out the laser level, which everybody breaks my gonads about. But I am going to have to break out the laser level to not go after every one individually. If I can set up the laser level and just shoot it across and just shim them accordingly. But I don't want to shim those until I get the plywood slid under the wall. So I got to do that piece over there that Riley's standing on, that's 3 pieces, that was just temporary. And then this piece here, that's just temporary. And I gotta stop my ladder framing along here. So I need more blocking for the ladder framing. And then I can do the plywood and get that in. I gotta get this out to do that ladder framing anyway. And over here, you can see how that cross beam is lower than the sill plate. That's because that's settled, that dark brown on the right. Yeah, so that being down is letting the whole floor be down. And because that's down over there, and that one is sitting on the foundation, if you come over here, I got all my blocking in, and then the very first one is hanging up high because all of these are down low here in the middle. So if I can get everything under, this wall is basically levitating for the most part, a little tension over there, but I can jack that easy. So I can break out the last little pieces of this. And you can also see that the bottom of the wall is hanging lower than the bottom plate on the outside wall. So that this wall here is definitely lower also. And there's a big gap here. So I'll knock all these out, cut the nails out, and do the ladder framing over as far as I can. And then plywood, then I can start doing a piece of plywood, and start working my way out. And as soon as I get it out under this, then I can jack these all individually, and that'll jack the wall at the same time and lock everything together at that point. Shim that, and then once that's up and shimmed, this should start lining up, and then I can nail this piece all together. And at that point, then I can start working my way down. So, long-winded explanation, but a lot of little things in between that are causing a couple of problems. But that's an old house. It's character, as some people would say. Had a friend that kept saying character about my old house. And it didn't make me happy because I was struggling with that place, because that place wasn't plumb, level, square, true. That wasn't nothing. And I try and do things good, so that place tortured me. But this ain't bad. This perimeter is good. I just got to level up all this stuff in the middle. Anyway, with that said, it's doggy duty time, and then I'll probably do a Home Depot run and get some lumber tonight, hopefully, if not first thing in the morning. Anyway, you'll probably get 2 videos today because I didn't get yesterday's out because my buddy Mike showed up early this morning and just kind of hit the ground running. I usually do put the video together in the morning. So maybe you get 2 today. Thanks for watching.